Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, guys, I do not have some good news for you guys as we now know the recovery time, the timeline for Gavi's injury. And he had a successful injury, but there were some, I would say, some complications or some bad news that we do have to talk about. And as well, I do want to be talking about some other injury updates in regards to Balde, Cubarsí, Lamine Yamal, talking about Frankie de Jong's contract situation. And towards the end of the video, I do want to be talking about Barcelona's new collector's edition kit, so to say. But guys, before we do get started on the video, make sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Everything's posted down below in the description. Go over there and check me out. That way you guys to stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. And as well, the link to become a member is also posted down below. But as always, guys, let's get started with the video. All right, guys, let's get started with the video and let's talk about Gavi because Gavi, he was supposed to undergo, a small little injury, a small little surgery for that, that discomfort that he's been feeling in his knee during these past couple of weeks. He was doing some conservative treatment, but he made the right decision. He was saying, you know what? Let me do the surgery. Let me resolve all the problems once and for all. Let me not do, what some other Barcelona players did in the past, follow that conservative treatment, sort of sacrifice their health, and still having that problem remain. You're thinking back all the way to Umtiti. You're thinking to Ansu Fati, necessarily players who are still sort of feeling the ramifications of not undergoing surgery. And Gavi, he has officially, he has successfully undergone that surgery, but it's not the 4 to 5 or even 6 weeks that Barcelona they were planning, for Gavi to be out, but the recovery time is expected to be out for 4 to 5 months. Now that is a massive blow for both Barcelona and for Gavi, because according to reports, when the doctors they were actually when they opened up the knee, both the cartilage and ligaments were affected, and they couldn't believe it. The surgery seemed a lot worse than when it first appeared, and apparently, when the doctors actually informed Gavi that his injury was far worse than what initially was thought, he broke down crying. Fearing that he's going to be out for a long time, and even potentially missing that World Cup in the upcoming summer. And right now, the timeline is for him to return in February. That's the earliest possible that he can return, but it's most likely that he's not going to be returning in February, but most likely March and April, around that time towards the business end of the season. And that's if Barcelona, if Gavi doesn't have any setbacks. And this is a huge blow, but, especially when you're talking about it, not only physically, but mentally, because after being out for a year with an ACL injury, Gavi to be out for another 4 to 5 months for a very long time, that is very hard mentally. And, I'm glad that he's surrounded by family, by friends, and by the right staff, but it doesn't mean it's going to be easy. And so we wish Gavi all the very best in his recovery. No risks are going to be taken, but we want him to recover and be at 100%. We're going to be talking about what it means in regards to the absence of Gavi out there on the pitch, but this is not good news. Not good news for a player who is so young. Of course, he has lots of time. There's going to be no risk taken in regards to his career, as there shouldn't be. But it's going to be hard. It's going to be a long journey, and it sucks that we're hit with this news because he was a player who was having such a great preseason, and last season it was his season of getting back into rhythm, getting back into playing competitive football, and this season was going to be the season in which he made his mark into the team and developed that momentum to become a starter, to give competition to Frankie de Jong, give competition to Pedri, and make his stake in the team. But this is a massive setback, and as I said, we wish him all the very best, speedy recovery, and we'll be there to support him along the way. But when we talk about positive injury update, guys, I do want to be talking about Balde and as well as Lamine Yamal, because Balde, as you can see right here by the image, he is back in group training. Absolutely fantastic. And Lamine Yamal as well, he stepped out on the pitch, so he was involved. He trained separately from the group. He was doing some training exercises with the ball. Balde, Cubarsí, and Dro, 3 players who were picking up some discomfort, all back in the group training sessions, and so that's absolutely fantastic. You can expecting Balde to be involved. I would say be in the squad against Real Oviedo on Thursday, but most likely having some minutes against Sociedad in order for him to be able to be a starter in that game against PSG. Very, very good news that Balde is back, and I absolutely cannot wait to see him there. Jean Martin has been doing a great job in substituting for Balde, but there is no replacement for Balde, one of the best fullbacks in the world. Very, very happy to see him. And as well, positive news in regards to the other players, Lamine Yamal, Cubarsí Dro. Hopefully they recover really well, and in this weekend they are in the squad list. Very, very nice to hear. And the last piece of news I do want to discuss with you guys today is in regards to Frankie, because according to Fernando Polo, the club, they have reached an agreement with his agent regarding the player's renewal. The offer consists of a renewal for 3 more seasons, a salary reduction that does, satisfy Frankie de Jong, as he does want to continue. And this is very, very good news. We know that how Frankie de Jong's salary, it was all sort of on that Bartomeu-esque contract, and we want to adjust that to be more in line with Barcelona's wage structure, and with how good Barcelona and Frankie de Jong they have been, how good that relationship has been during these past couple of weeks. It only makes sense that he would want to continue. And as I've said before, guys, Frankie de Jong, he really has turned it around, since I would say the middle of last season. Because when he first came back last season, he wasn't really good, and I was really advocating his exit. But thankfully, he's managed to shut up a lot of Barcelona fans, and me included. And right now, he's playing at a phenomenal level. That partnership in the midfield with Pedri is just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And the last piece of news I do want to discuss with you guys today, well, I said that before, but I want to be sharing you guys these photos of these collection items that Barcelona, they have posted on the website. They're very, very expensive, but this is in regards to Lamine Yamal winning the Copa trophy, and as well finishing second in the Ballon d'Or. This is for Lamine Yamal. You can see right here the back. It shows us some nice little font, cool font. This is for Aitana Bonmati, who has won the Women's Ballon d'Or. This is their Ballon d'Or edition right here, Copa Trophy edition, and the Ballon d'Or edition. A limited time collector's kit. So if you guys do like it and can afford it, feel free to go over to Barcelona's website and buy the kits over there. But guys, thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on everything that I have discussed in today's video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out, guys.